Welcome to the University of St. Augustine Talk Show. My name is Bamari. I'm going to be introducing a very special guest today to talk to us a little bit about occupational therapy and how the healthcare system plays a role in occupational therapy as a profession. Please help me welcome Slagle to talk to us a little bit about her lecture.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So just to touch bases on the article, on the lecture, I saw that it played a big role in the healthcare system and different contributions that the healthcare system has. So what overall message were you trying to put out with this lecture to therapists, clients, and the society overall?
Okay, so first of all, I would want therapists to embrace all parts of the career. They have to embrace the clients, the science, the research, and the connection that they have between the students that are trying to become occupational therapists as well. So clients are the main concern in our profession, so they are always number one.
Okay.
They need to be the focused, and we need to treat them with a humanizing experience. Furthermore, we have to embrace the research and the science because occupational therapy is a growing field, so we need the research to keep us current and up to date. And furthermore, with the research, that will keep us together with the education. So that's a good way to keep the practicing OTs connected to the students, is with the research and the science of it all. And also, we need to make sure that we are always keeping in check our internal knowledge and our new knowledge. And so internal knowledge is basically going to serve as a guide to show us, okay, what we're doing right, what we're struggling in. And the new knowledge is what's going to help us embrace all the new technology and advancements that are coming into occupational therapy as we continue to grow.
Okay, so what themes and takeaway messages do you have for the audience? And how do they match up with the profession of occupational therapy?
So a few things that I want to leave with the audience and with the OT professionals. I want them to understand how valuable the profession is and how necessary it is, because there has been other professions that have overlapped with our ways of doing things, and even though other careers have, taken suggestions from OTs and are implementing them into their practice, we're still needed in the field. So that shows how unique we are, and it shows how there is something distinct about OT professionals. Okay, and with occupational therapy, not only do we speak about the theories, but we must always make sure that we do keep it in practice and that we can scientifically prove those theories. Because if we can't scientifically prove the theories, then we're not able to show our other health professionals where we are and be able to back up our information. So we have to also stick with the science and the research just to be able to back up the theories that we practice.
Okay. I know there's a lot of political and social events that take a part into all the contributions that the healthcare system have, from what I read in the article. So what political and social events are occurring that influence your thoughts and motivations in this lecture?
Okay, so there's been a little bit of government influence now, because now we're getting more into Medicare and Medicaid becoming a part of the healthcare system now. It's not always like straight out of pocket anymore. And also we're getting more into privatization of health insurance as well. So people are starting to have more options on how they can start paying for their health. We're starting to see now that healthcare is a right and it's not a privilege. And basically healthcare is number one, regardless of cost. So I feel like not only professionals are seeing that now, but even the clients themselves. So that movement is basically showing clients that they need to take their health seriously, and because of that, we're using more technologies, trying to find more ways to heal our clients and to get them to their ultimate healthiest stages.
Now to reflect a little bit about professional context. Professional context did the time have, and how was that reflected in the lecture?
So basically, when it comes to the professional context, OTs do not work alone. We work closely tied to medicine. We need each other, so OTs and doctors and PTs and speech therapists, we all need each other to work, basically, because in the end, it's about the client's overall health, not simply about their health when it comes to occupation. So if a client is struggling in one side, they might be struggling with another. every profession has their specialty and their importance. So even though we differ, we still have to come together to work alongside each other to get the clients to
So,
their best.
what was the overall influence that the lecture had, and how might this affect occupational therapy now and in the future?
Okay, so the main influence of the lecture was education. So it was mainly to provide education about occupational therapy and its current position within the healthcare system. In order to meet the challenges, we have to first be able to develop a plan. So in order to develop that plan, we need to have a full understanding of the characteristics in the healthcare system. So there are 6 different characteristics that impacts healthcare. Yeah, we have the consumer or client, the federal government, the physician or practitioner, the medical school or the school that prepares you for the career, the healthcare administrator, and the allied health professional. So having a better understanding of those characteristics will help us treat the clients better, and it will also help us create more plans to help the profession continue to grow.
Okay, so all these contributions kind of put the healthcare system together in order to be able to make that bigger plan and the best plan for the client, essentially.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So this lecture was supposed to be educational. So in what ways can students and therapists identify with the lecture?
Right. So first of all, this lecture, I feel everyone can benefit from it, specifically the therapists and the students. It's important for both the students and the therapists. So with the students, it shows them where our career is right now. They would already know what current OT professionals are struggling with, so it gives them insight, and they can start to kind of navigate some plans or maybe come up with some ideas on how they might be able to better that. And with the healthcare professionals, it shows us how we can improve, and it shows us what things that we're doing, which of them are working and which of them are not. And with all of that, when we combine together the students and the professionals, it shows us the path that OT professionals will go into, because whenever there are errors or areas of struggle, there's always an opportunity for growth. So it shows in what ways we can grow in our profession altogether.
So hopefully students and therapists now and in the future can take the educational context of this lecture of occupational therapy and how the healthcare system plays a role in the profession. And hopefully they get more educated and it helps them just become better therapists overall. So thank you so much for taking the time to come here and just educate us a little bit more about occupational therapy and just overall answering the questions to better give us a better detail of what the lecture essentially wanted to educate people on, okay?
Yes, it was definitely my pleasure coming here and speaking to you all about occupational therapy, because in the end, what other career would you really want to talk about?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.